Hello, dear viewers, and welcome to a new episode of Games and Names. Our sport for this episode is Kung Fu Wing Chun, and our featured star guest is Wing Chun coach Ahmed Noor. So let's get to know more about Wing Chun in Egypt and about Coach Noor in the upcoming minutes of Games and Names. Um, and there are many styles for Wing Chun. Of the eight Wing Chun lineages, the Ip Man and the Yuan Kei Shan are the most prominent. Other lineages are pretty much unknown outside of China, but very known inside of it, except the Pan Nam line, which survives in the USA, and the Ji Shim Wing Chun line with a strong presence in Germany. Also, Wien Chai, one form of Wing Chun, has a notable presence in Vietnam, with this lineage as having earned the moniker of Vietnamese Wing Chun in the West. But Wing Chun is the most common Wingchun. The origins of Wing Chun are uncertain, but it is generally attributed to the development of Southern Chinese martial arts. There are at least eight distinct lineages, of which the Ip Man and Yuan Kei Shan lineages are the most prolific. The martial art was brought to Hong Kong and then to the rest of the world by Ip Man, with Bruce Lee being his most famous student. The Wing Chun Athletic Association, founded in 1967 by Ip Man and his students, helped spread Wing Chun globally. Traditionally taught within a family system, modern Wing Chun have taken on a more academic and commercial character. Wing Chun gained popularity in the 2010s due to the Ip Man film series starring Donnie Yen, and has been featured in video games like Tekken 7. Notable practitioners include Ip Man himself, of course Bruce Lee, the one and only Bruce Lee, and Donnie Yen. In Chinese, this martial art is very important, and in the West, the name of this martial art has been transcribed variably due to the use of different personal Chinese language romanization methods. Um, and there are many styles for Wing Chun. Of the eight Wing Chun lineages, the Ip Man and the Yuan Kei Shan are the most prominent. Other lineages are pretty much unknown outside of China, but very known inside of it, except the Pan Nam line, which survives in the USA, and the Ji Shim Wing Chun line with a strong presence in Germany. Also, Wien Chai, one form of Wing Chun, has a notable presence in Vietnam, with this lineage as having earned the moniker of Vietnamese Wing Chun. In 1949, Ip Man, considered the Grand Master of modern Wing Chun, brought the style from China to Hong Kong and eventually to the rest of the world. Ip Man's most famous student was Bruce Lee, and he is credited with the spread of the sport worldwide.
سيفو أحمد نوح سيفو يعني معلم.
I started practicing Wing Chun in 2008. It was during that time that the game began to appear here in Egypt. And it was really a series of movies about the life story of Bruce Lee's coach that was out there, that really helped to raise the popularity of the game and get people here in Egypt to know about the game. And we were able to bring in some of Bruce Lee's students here in Egypt to teach the sport here in the country. I also played other martial arts like Sanda Kung Fu and karate. And I also played other sports, non-martial sport arts, sports like cycling, like skateboarding, like swimming. But really, martial arts was my favorite, as it gave me self-confidence. It helps you defend yourself in real life situations against one or more people who could be stronger or faster than you. So I consider Wing Chun to be a lifestyle and a way of life that gives you self confidence and teaches you how to apply strategies to overcome seemingly hopeless situations, and to do that in the safest way possible with minimum risk and in the fastest of times. You always have to be ready in Wing Chun to face unexpected situations, and the martial art teaches you how to react in a most efficient way in the most difficult situations without having to prepare yourself very much or warm up, because the moves we make in the sport make you ready all the time. Unlike other martial arts or combat sports in Wing Chun, you don't always have to be at an optimum level of fitness or strength because the game really depends on the mind more than anything else. It's all about talent and skill, and it's all about the mind. And in Wing Chun, the older you get, the more talented you will be, and the more efficient you will be, unlike other sports. Again, the older you get to a teacher's level, a coach's level, and a master's level, and you get to know more about this great science of Wing Chun as you get older, and you get to perfect this art.
مدرستنا مدرسة لونج تينك مدرسة لها منهج أكاديمي.
We have numerous schools for Wing Chun, and it really depends on the needs of the student himself or herself. So there are those who come to us and want to practice Wing Chun because they have a confidence crisis, or they don't know how to defend themselves in difficult situations. In that case, you need 24 sessions at the very minimum to know the basics of how to defend yourself in real life situations, how to gain confidence, and how to do that, defend yourself, i.e., in the most efficient way. There are those who come to us because they love the art itself, the art of Wing Chun itself, and for these, I mean, they can, practice with us for years and years. They could, do that for 10 years or even more, and it could be a way of life for them, and they will find that Wing Chun is all about respect, self respect, respecting the other. It's really a family atmosphere. You have to respect the elder and the youngster. And finally, there are those who come to us because they find that Wing Chun, or they heard that Wing Chun is a good tool in relieving oneself from depression, believe it or not. Because in our sport, we have a lot of, footwork, handwork, shoulder movement, finger and toes movement, breathing exercises. We use every part of the body, and we always use the mind. So the game needs a lot of concentration, meditation sometimes, and it does help many people get out of depression.
الفن ده اللي عمله
China is the origin of the martial art of Wing Chun, and it is believed that the Shaolin Temple is the nucleus of that origin. A lady nun in the temple developed the sport. That was due to differences at the time between the leadership there and the temple. So that lady nun decided or thought of developing an art to defend herself and defend the Shaolin Temple members against the rulers' soldiers. So she and others helped to develop Wing Chun, which is, you know, the art of defending oneself in a shortcut from zero distance in the most efficient way with the least risk taken in a safe manner using the hits and strikes in the weakest parts of your opponent's bodies without even needing to warm up or to be in the best physical uh, um, uh, um, fitness level because, again, practicing that sport regularly allows you to be always ready because it's a game of minds. It depends on the mind and the strategies that you apply. You don't have to be the strongest or the fastest. You just have to be the smartest and the wittiest. Wing Chun is sometimes called the eternal spring because whenever you get into that art, you can stay with it for your lifespan, for a lifetime. It only needs, a brilliant mind and emotional strength or emotional stability.
الوينج تشون بما ان هو فلسفته ان هو بيعتمد على العقل.
Continuity is key for success in the martial art of Wing Chun, which depends on the mind and on emotional stability. You have to always be ready to land quick, effective hits whilst under extreme pressure. Again, there are a lot of talented players. I've been lucky enough to coach players from all over the globe and from different countries and cultures. And there are those who are less talented, but possess the fortune of continuity, and this is why they excel at the sport better than the others. And I found, players from Tajikistan specifically to be some of the best in the world. It was due to Grandmaster Liu Ting that the sport is now known over much of the world. He was a university professor, he was a doctor, and he, along with other doctors, laid some sort of curricula for the sport. They made it some sort of science, a very rich science indeed, and that allowed the sport to come out of its shell in China to Europe, Egypt, and the rest of the world.
مسقط رأس اليونج تشون طبعا معبد شاولين في الصين.
China is the origin of the sport, and it is from Hong Kong and through Bruce Lee that it spread to the entire world. And it was Sifu Muhammad Nuh who brought the game here in Egypt some 15 years ago. The game is gaining popularity here in Egypt. We follow here in Egypt the mother school of Wing Ting, and he has more than a school all across the world. But we here in Egypt follow his student Tam Young Ming and his school that belongs to Luing Ting after all. We should have a lot more seminars here in Egypt about Wing Chun. We do have one every month, sometimes every 2 or 3 months, and that helps again broaden the base of the sport in Egypt. And it's all about learning the philosophy of the sport, that has been developing for some 400 years now, at the age of the beautiful martial arts sport of Wing Chun, a very special philosophy indeed.